All right, we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing rational numbers. Now, in this case, with the signs, if you have the same sign, your answer will always be positive because two negatives make a positive. And if you have different signs, your answer will always be negative. So let's go ahead and start solving some of these. We've got negative 1/2 times negative 1/3. We multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. And we've got two of the same sign. They're both negative, so my answer is positive. Our answer is 1/6. Okay, and this one, 3 times negative 1/6. Well, first we need to make it 3 over 1. So we have two fractions times negative 1 over 6. We multiply straight across. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 6 is 6. And we've got one positive and one negative, so our answer is negative. And then if we simplify that a little bit, we'll get negative 1/2. All right, in this next example, we've got some decimals to work with here. So the first thing I'm going to do is set these up in a multiplication problem so that I can multiply them for us. Okay, so we do 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 5 is 15. Cross out the 3, put in a 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 times 1 is 1. Or 5 times 1 is 5, sorry. And then we're going to add 6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 1 plus 5 is 6. And then we're going to count. We move the decimal in 2 places up here, so we have to move it in 2 places in our answer. So our answer would be 6.76. Okay, let's take a look at some division problems. When we divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. All that means is we change divide to multiply and flip over the second fraction. So I've got negative 1/5 times, flip the second fraction, 3 over 2. Then I multiply straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 2 is 10. And I've got one positive and one negative, so my answer is negative 3/10. Okay, let's look at a decimal here. We've got 4.2, negative 4.2, divided by negative 0.5. So the first thing I have to do is move this decimal on the outside so that I don't have a decimal in my divisor. So now I have to, since I moved it 1 here, I have to move it 1 on the inside. So now here is where my new decimal is, and I can put that right above in my answer. So now, how many times does 5 go into 4? None, so I'm not going to put anything above the 4. How many times can 5 go into 42? 8. And I've got 40. 8 times 5 is 40. We subtract, there's 2 left, and I can fill in a 0 at the end after the decimal. So I'm going to drop the 0 down. How many times does 5 go into 20? 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract. There's nothing left, so we can stop there. Our answer is 8.4. All right. One last problem here. We've got a mixed number and a whole number. So first we need to get them both into fraction form. So first I'm going to make this one an improper fraction. I'm going to do 3 times 2 plus 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7 over 2, divided by 4 over 1. Any whole number is just over 1. So then, to divide by a fraction, we have to flip the second fraction and multiply. So multiply by the reciprocal. So 4 over 1 flips to 1 over 4. 7 times 1 is 7. And 2 times 4 is 8. These are both positive numbers, so my answer is positive. That is how we multiply and divide rational numbers.